Welcome back into Traders Solution, guys. So yeah, I'm your host KB, aka Uncle Broski, and I'm back again with my weekly analysis and weekly reviews and everything like that. Okay, so remember that the analysis that I do for these weekly reviews and everything like this, it's a continuation of the analysis that I've been doing since the start of the month, July. Okay, so now July has ended, and you know that this analysis was made for July, and we did have it. It did play out more likely like how we expected it, and I did try to show you some of the things that I also want to clarify. And also, as you know, guys, I have what you call this 2 to 3 weeks without being on the market. Okay, so I mean, like, I enjoyed the time, to be quite honest. That whole 3 weeks not being into the market, I enjoyed it because of I had no FOMO, I just handle my psychology best, and I got to see price playing. And well, I did see that it got to a level that was like this level. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. So, firstly, I just want to review. Okay, so yeah, I've not been posting for the past 2 weeks because of I was not here. If you go to my last video, you'll hear that I was explaining that I'll be going home, and now I'm back. I'm back again, guys. So I just came back today, and I'm just doing this review today because of tomorrow is Monday. There's no time. There's no time, guys. There's no time. So yeah, probably I'm just gonna show you the expectations that we had over over the past weekends and everything like that, and how did the market play, and also touch on the knowledge that we've been touching through. Okay, do our daily thing and everything like that. We're gonna repeat the very same procedure. It has to bore like it has to be something that is you can be bored on, because of when you're bored on it, I mean, you can do it without emotional attachment. It also benefits you through your psychological path and everything like that. So it could be a thing that, like, for you to be sustainable into how you trade, you have to take control of your psychology. Okay, but not to just dwell on that. The most important thing is the chart, what I'm back again with, and what I'm about to provide. Okay, so guys, into this video, I'll be showing you the expectations that we had the last weekend that we did analyze, and how did the market really play, and where will the market really wanna go, likely to do what, and try to have some fittings. Okay, and really see could price really reach the levels that we believe that it want to reach. Okay, so firstly, to start, I want to show you that the week before we had this analysis, guys. If you remember, this was the last, like, I did this analysis the last week. I did my weekly review before I went home, and I was expecting, like, for it to come and swipe this equal low that it created here, because of there was a fair value gap. It's a 4-hour chart, you can see it, guys. Okay, I was expecting it to come and sweep it, then push up, come to this level, but you know what it did from here is just created this liquidity and went up to come here, and from there go down just to sweep out this and trying to push back. So it's something more likely that happened that we had. And I also, guys, showed you this part that if you see what I did here, I highlighted this thing, and as I've highlighted it has a V, so it has a tendency of it coming back to this highlight. So hence I was also expecting the market to come to this level because of there's this highlight of liquidity that I did, and I was expecting price to come back to it, which it did. If we go to see, okay, let's look at the real market. Okay, there was the V that I was talking about, and this is the current V that I also emphasized on a previous weekly review video. I think 2 weeks weekly review. I've been emphasizing, guys, this whole thing. I mean, yeah, we might even have to see price coming to these levels, but that's gold. Whatever happens, we'll see of it. And we can also see that even here, there is some liquidity sitting out here that price can come and feel, maybe come down and touch this order block, try to push up the order block it created during NFP on Friday, okay, which is something that I didn't anticipate. But then also this pattern, the V of it coming back here, I also emphasize that it will also come to this bigger one that we had to come to this level. As you can see, there was a fair value gap, and the market tended to do what? It did come back to it, and from that fair value gap, it did sell massively. Like, let's try to pick it up. Okay, everything that I do here is the connectivity of the previous weekly review. So if you're just jumping in, I mean, like, I'm sorry, but you really need to look at the previous weekly reviews, okay, for you to get a more better understanding of like the concept that I've touched, because of I've introduced this whole concept and how I'm working out here, okay. And yeah, as you can see, it did come to hit this point, this fair value gap. It was filled and it went down, coming to this low, these are the lows, and it did come to hip it up and try to push up. There was another block also here, come back to hit to sweep out this, but also come to this other block that is here. And after doing that, it started to buy. As you can see, it also had something like this and everything like that, okay. So I'm expecting price to come to this level, you know. It has this level, so this type of thing that it did here, price has a tendency to come to touch this other block. After touching this other block, we may see a little bit of sell coming back to this level to come and pick up buy opportunities for, like, you know, continuous buy, depending on what might happen through the geopolitics, you know, all these tariffs and everything like this. All those things have impacts, you know, and then they also act as effects that might affect the market in some instant, or things like that, you know. So they really matter, and even if on price movement, we need to consider such things that they really happen. Okay, so yeah, guys, I'm sorry about my voice. I'm catching up a flu and everything like that. But then beside, as I'm looking through here, you can see here, which like there's this. Let's go to higher time frame to 1 daily. We have this gap, what you call a box here, which shows that, you know, on a daily time frame, we can expect gold to come back to this level, touch that other block, you know, and we try to fall back to somewhere, sweep out this and come back here. It might. We might have a very pullback, but we might also see a great buy, a great breakout because of this too much liquidity it created here. There's so much liquidity it created here, and this could be a very volatile fair value gap that allows gold to buy, even to go and sweep. I mean, gold could go up to get to 3,500 again. We might be seeing the possibilities of gold going to see 3,500, going back to 3,500 again for the past 2 weeks. But we also have to see how have the, what you call this, the US dollar been acting up, because I've seen it going up, but recently it's showing. Okay, coming back to you. Oh, yeah, we might see a bit sell off, but there's a few very gap here, so there's a much to consider. Depending, we'll see where how price will wanna go and really follow it up. Okay, so remember now we are doing just reviews of what we think about price, and you know how we see price might going. I might even look this up things up. Let me just look them, and you can see like, okay, there's some liquidity sitting out here that calls a potential of gold coming down. But then gold have been like known for going up because of it always hedge against the currencies like the US dollar and everything. Especially in effects of that there's tariffs, there's war, talk, interruptions and everything like that. Different whole things that keep on affecting the whole market. Okay. But then technically we know what we should be looking for. Okay. So since guys have not been analyzing for 2 weeks, I need to do a daily breakdown on for 2 weeks. Okay, daily breakdown for 2 weeks. Firstly, I'll pull into a lower time frame, 15 minutes, so that I could be quick. Okay, so that I could be quick. I really enjoyed the time of not like being on the market for the past times because of you get to see that like it's not always about the charts or anything like that. It's not always about there was NFP. Wow, this was like NFP and it was crazy. It was crazy. It bought crazy. Like it bought crazy. It bought crazy. It just bought crazy. Okay, I'll start with on the. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. 24. Okay, yeah, this. I'll start from here. Okay, from here, I'm just looking for 8 Monday. Okay, Monday. I'm just looking for Monday. Uh, I'm just looking for 8 and 10. When was 9:30? 8:30 was this. Coming to this really gap. Okay, it bought. It bought, and I was expecting from 10. I was gonna expect sales, but you can see it's like it was manipulative. There was Monday, no trade, possibly no trade for me on Monday. There would have not been trade for me. There's no corresponding on those analysis. Let me go to 5 minutes to be more specific, sure, and in detail. Tuesday. Okay, I'm gonna go on Tuesday. 8 o'clock. It bought. Where is the first name? The very same thing. It bought 8 o'clock, and I was expecting it to maybe gonna sell from 10. It could have not worked. This could have been a stop loss hit trade. Okay, okay, I could have hit in stop loss on Monday and Tuesday. Uh, it sold. It went up. Okay, it came back to this for very gap. I don't think I could have hit in the stop loss of this trade. But then, looking at the buyers that it was gonna go down. But then, yeah, according to the strategy, it didn't work. It didn't work. But 8 o'clock, the selling one did work for 8 o'clock. Okay, there's something about 7 o'clock that I'm noticing. Level at 7 o'clock. There's a price going to a inefficiency, around 7 to 8. Price going to inefficiency and sell. It's like a distribution. 7 and 8, check 7 and 8, somewhere around here. Okay, just like on Monday, also 7. Okay, we'll see it as we go and try to confirm something. No, I won't say new, something that we can look at because we can see it's like yo on this week my strategy wasn't even working, so I could have blown my account. Yeah, like here I was off. Some of the things they just protect you. I'm looking for okay Thursday, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Then 10 o'clock. Okay, overall it was a buy, and I could have waited for a sell. Let's see, so could have waited for sell, broke out in three. In three. It could have been a yeah. It could have this one on Thursday could work, but they know took time. Hey, it really took time. It really took time. It started to really sell from when was this time? From nighttime. Nighttime. That when it was starting to sell. So it took time. It did sell, but it took time. You can see it was buying, then it started to sell. It started to oppose. But then entry was from here, then from there entry. Just imagine for you to come back to sweep here. Let's see how long could have it taken you if this could have been your entry. TP could have hit. This could have been a 17-hour trade. You can see 17-hour trade. This could have been a 17-hour trade. Yo, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. And on Friday, just because I know this strategy, I don't depend on it only, but then I look up to it because like it's something that I've like witnessed for a long time. Okay, on Friday, well, it bought because of it broke out this and not this. Then it started to oppose this little bit of buy and sell. But an but an entry could have been offered when here later on. An entry could have been offered here on this other block. And yeah, starting again on Monday. Monday, I hate Mondays. Mondays don't work with me, but then I hate Mondays. Okay, on this Monday, it did sell. It did sell. Then, buy. It opposed. Obviously, from this other block, could have been our entry. Our entry up to sweep out this. Let's see how long could have it took to sweep out this. Let's see how long could have this trade been from entering from here to sweep out this. Here could have been So the whole day, you enter a buy for the whole day on Thursday. You might as well leave it. You could have not left that, yo. You could have hit stop loss somewhere around here. So yeah, up until the whole day, you know, and yeah, one day on Monday it worked. Going to Tuesday, on Tuesday, okay, 8 o'clock. It sold, then it opposed, you know. But entry could have been weighted somewhere around here, which is could have been this one to come and support here, you know, to come and support somewhere here, which is something that is struggle to do. And they were this was on Tuesday. Okay, this was on Tuesday, and let's move to Wednesday. Shaka Zulu. Okay, Wednesday we did have a continuation. It was a sell, and then it was supposed to buy from here, but it did not. It hit a stop loss, but came in retested our stop loss in another entry for more sells. So on Wednesday it didn't happen. On Wednesday it didn't happen. Okay, this one and take this one. It was a sell. I was gonna expect to buy. It failed because it had some liquidity somewhere around there and everything like that. But it ended up buying in overall of this sell. So I'm also gonna emphasize something also. Okay, it bought. I was gonna expect a sell. I was gonna enter a sell right here. Could have went, support this, but then go hit my stop loss and market close. Okay, okay. So as you can see now that within 10 days, this strategy only worked for about four, 3 to 4, 5, between 3, 4, 5. It worked this, which is low, and which this shows that you know you can't be like depending on it for the long term, like a week or 2 weeks. It's not something that you can do out that because as you can see here, it's like yo, this is what actually happened on it, and it didn't really work out as I could have like anticipated it. But then but then if ever you look at the market on a higher time frame and you wait for such positions, I mean it could have meant a lot. Let me just remove these things. There are a lot. 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 Okay, But then we can see that, okay, when we tried to do our daily strategy, it wasn't aligning with our higher time frame, But then, if ever you had a 4 hour trading, like looking at on the 4 hour analysis, I mean, that's where it hits on gold. And I mean, that's the most focused where it should be, like on 4 hour. Look where the market is, where the market wanna go, and look for entries on 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and stuff like that. I showed the example of entries on the other thing, guys. I might feel tired, but I just like I have to do this for myself, not for you, but for myself. You know, uh, as I've explained. But then, yeah, okay. So this was not much. I'm pretty much disappointed on the strategy that it didn't play out a lot like I would have expected it to do. But I'm just I'm like what you call this. I'm at peace that I wasn't in office when all this when the environment wasn't allowing the strategy not happening. I wasn't in office. I was off, and I didn't get hit like I could have. So somehow my trip did save me. Okay, but then on a higher time frame level, I mean it's profitability, especially on 4 hour. I showed you guys that you know this as it happened. I was expecting this to happen, and it happened, and it came to this level, and it did sell, and it came back to sweep this, and after sweeping this, the intention was when price come here, we buy. You can go like there was this video I was seeing that bona, no matter what, no matter what, when price comes here, it's a buy. So even though let's try to show you go say like what type of buy was this? And into price came here and it was a buy that we were like I was gonna put a stop loss below this and target this level and target this level. My target could have been this. Like this is like the target that I have for this. So you could see like it went in and everything, but now it could have from NFP point, it could have been went straight to the thing there. Okay. So yeah, this is it guys. This is what I'm trying to show you and in participation of it, okay? But I am gonna move to 30. I want to show you something in US30. Remember, guys, that I had this analysis, right? So there was an entry offered here. The market really went back there to hit a stop loss. After hitting a stop loss, it went back down to this level. But this is the whole show that this wanted to happen, and there was a manipulation happening through here that did happen on this day. But what I want to show you is it's something on 5 minutes. Something on 5 minutes. We're gonna start on Monday. I love yesterday to do it like this. Okay, let's start on Monday. Monday from 9 to 10. Let's see, 9 to 10. Hi, we first start on 4 hour. I forgot. We first start on 4 hour. for our, yeah, Monday. Okay, Monday. We're looking for 6, 10, 11. Okay, this tricky listing. Okay, we're looking for this. Another one, Tuesday. Wednesday. Thursday. And Friday. Here 9 o'clock looks like a sweep. It swept. No. 9 o'clock. It swept. 10 o'clock. No, the following 2 o'clock swept. 2 o'clock swept. Okay. Going back to 5 minutes. Let's look for 9:30. Here's 9:30. 9:30. Okay. We had a breakout before 9. Let's see. 9. Let's see. Let's put 9 here. So we broke out. 9:30 came to retest it and went down. That's what we're gonna look for, ne? Going forward. 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. So we had a breakdown, which 9:30 came back to retest and go down. You see, retest, go down. Our first line, looking for 9 o'clock. Break. What did we have here? We broke out. Okay, we broke out here. It was supposed to go down. Our first line come back here, and yeah, this could have been choppy. On Wednesday, choppy. Lost. Wednesday could have been a losing day. Thursday, This could be on the wrong platter. Our breakout, we did breakout here. And when was half past 9? Half past 9. It came back and sold. That is half past 9. Okay, on Friday. Could be in a tough sell, that one. On Friday. This could have been our breakout. Half past 9. Half past 9 touched it. This other block and sold. You know, this is something you can study. Like, just draw these things and study the break and retest. Break and retest. Break and retest. Just do all that. Okay. So yeah, I'm just gonna close up this session, guys. I'm not feeling okay. But then on this analysis, you saw it worked 4 out of 5 weeks. This one, break and retest on US dates, 4 out of 5. It worked. Break and retest. 9 o'clock should be the midline that we're looking for a breakout. And retest will come back to 9:30. Okay. This is the main focus, and this is what we're taking away. Okay. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and hope to see you into the next video. And yeah, with more energy and everything like that. But stay blessed.